One of the reasons why I like to teach this song, Million Reasons by Lady Gaga, is because it's a really great one for practicing a technique that I call anchor and lean. So, this is a concept that I teach inside my program called the Vocal Alignment System. And it's basically teaching you how to utilize the right effort. Singing requires effort, right? But if you are not intentional about where to focus your effort or what type of effort you should be using, then most likely your effort is going to come from your throat. And as you probably know, that's not the most efficient use of your effort. That can lead to throat tension, loss of voice, struggling to hit notes, actually, even loss of breath. And this song is a really great way to practice the anchor and lean, because if you're not anchor and leaning, right, then you will very easily run out of air. I'm going to stick pretty close to the original version of it, which is Lady Gaga's version, but that doesn't mean you have to sing it exactly like Lady Gaga. No one in this world has a voice like yours, and no one ever will. So why would you want to sound like anyone else when you can sound like you? So even though I am going to be tailoring this tutorial to how Lady Gaga sings it, it's more of a reference point. And of course, you can practice it how I am teaching you, but don't feel like you need to practice it exactly. In fact, sometimes I find that when you can understand how another singer approaches the song, that can actually give you ideas on how you might want to do things a little bit differently. Make your own choices. See what fits best and what aligns with your unique voice. This song starts off with a 4-bar intro. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. You're given, and it comes in after that 4th bar. This song is actually pretty easy to learn in terms of the melodic structure, which makes it good, because then we have less to think about. And so what I encourage you to do is actually place your attention on what I call phrase chunking. Now, phrase chunking is something that I've defined for my students as a way of understanding how to break down a song. So a phrase starts from when you take that first breath, and then you're singing, 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 and the phrase chunk ends when you take the next breath. Within that phrase chunk, we can actually create these different soundscapes. So for example, in this particular song, I've laid out where I recommend that you take a breath by these blue slashes that you can see. You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. That's one phrase chunk. And then of course it ends with the next breath point. And so if we just think of this phrase chunk as a unified whole, and we think to ourselves, okay, so what is the intention, or what should we be focusing on when we are singing each phrase chunk? The good thing with this particular song is that there's only one thing that I want you to be really focusing on when you are singing each of these chunks of phrases, which is this concept that I teach called anchor and lean. Now, if you are in my vocal alignment system course, then you will know exactly what that means. But if you are watching this on YouTube, then you may not know what that means. And so essentially, the simplified version is that you want to direct your effort and focus your intentional effort down into your body. So let me give you an example of what not to do. You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. Can you feel that when I'm singing it this way? There's a lot of tension up in my throat area, and you can even hear a slight squeezed sound in my voice, and my voice certainly does not sound free. All right, so let me show you what it sounds like now if I were to intentionally place my effort or direct my effort down into my body. You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. Can you almost sense how my energy is directed down into my body? So with that in mind, you're giving me, I want you to think of that letter G, giving me as an anchor point or a goal post, right? You want to move into the direction of that G, G. In fact, you can do that a couple times. G, given, G, given. You're giving me a million. The next goal post or the next anchor point that you want to be leaning your effort into is the mill of million, okay? The last anchor point that I will share with you here is on the letter go, on the letter G of the word go. All All right, so let's string that chunk all together. You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. I'm really linking the words up. I'm not actually thinking, you're giving me a million reasons to let you go. I'm not approaching it as a bunch of words. I'm actually linking them all together. I'm thinking of it as one continuous chunk of sound. And so this is why I call it phrase chunking. The next line, same thing. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. I would lean or anchor and lean again on that word show. So giving me a million reasons to quit the show. Take a breath. You're going to need these breath points. So if you see that blue slash, take a breath. You're giving me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. Same thing. Keep singing. There's no breath point here. Giving me a million reasons. Take a breath here. About a million reasons. At the end of the fourth line, there's no breath mark, right? There's no breath point because, again, she continues that line of sound to the fifth line. About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. Leaning again on that word hills. Run for the hills. You can feel how my energy is going down into my body. Hills, take a breath. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. Here I would lean on the if you could find a dry way on the word dry, you and dry, and the word still. And then there's no breath here. You're going to keep going, but you're giving me, lean on the word given, but you're giving me a million reasons. Take a breath. Give, lean again on the word give me a million. I would lean again on the word million. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. Given million. Still leaning on those same words here. Take a breath. About a million reasons, right? Now, this last part here is going to move into the chorus. I want to take a moment here to really clarify why these anchor points that I'm giving you, why they are important, and how is that going to help you to manage your breath or make it easier for you to sing. So I'm going to show you what it would sound like if I didn't have those anchor points. You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a highway. So I can sing the notes, but if without those anchor points, I'm actually starting to feel like I'm running out of air. And also, I kind of feel limited in terms of the stylistic embellishments that I can add to the song. All right, let's try it with Lady Gaga. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.
You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons.
All right, and now we're going to move into the first chorus. As mentioned before, the first chorus actually leads in, it actually starts from the last part of the last line of the verse preceding the chorus, right? So in this case, it's about a million reasons. There's no breath point between that. So I would actually classify that as one phrase chunk. And so how do we handle this? I would actually just go to that note first, take a moment and just acclimatize yourself to how that note might feel in your voice and try to find a version of that note in your range that feels comfortable. And so let me guide you through this. So the word is I. So let's just keep it really simple and just think about opening up that back space. So opening up that space in the mouth, the vocal tract, lengthening that out. I, and literally just say the word I a few times. If you are taking my vocal alignment system course, then this is a good time to be reviewing that backspace activation exercises that you received in module 2. I, I. You should not feel any throat tension. If you're doing something like this, I, then you definitely know that you are not releasing enough. So you want to disengage that throat tension. It doesn't mean you have to open your mouth so big that it's unseemly, right? But remember, it's for now, not forever. It's just to get you acclimatized to just moving out of the way, right? Getting out of the way and not grabbing onto the notes. I bow down. And I would keep the mouth open for the word bow really as well, because that ow vowel is a nice open one that you can really play with. I bow down to pray. Take a breath. I try to make the worst. I would lean on the word worse. Okay, so that's the next anchor point here. And I would probably do a little bit of a lean on the word on bet of better. And then the next one here, again, there's no breath point, so you gotta keep going, right? I try to make the worst seem better, Lord, show me the way. Then you take a breath after here. To cut through all is worn out. I would lean for sure on the word worn. Worn out leather. I might lean on the word leather as well. So this line here, I like to think of it as a mountain, right, with peaks and valleys. And if you visualize it, it goes up, down, right? So kind of visualize that in your head. And so it goes, starts on the top, I've got, but it slides down. So it's not just, I've got 100 million, right? See how that's not really slidey, right? So we want to slide it up and down. The reason why we want to do that, because it actually serves a very practical purpose. It helps us to conserve our air. When we go, I've got 100 million, we actually use up more air by singing it that way, as opposed to linking them together and kind of leaning through that up and down kind of slidey approach to the phrase. I've got it goes 100, dread goes up to million, can hear the million, it slides down to million reasons comes back up to, and then hear the word walk. The jump is fairly high. I don't want you to think of it as being up though, okay? I want you to think of your energy as going down into your body. You never think up for your high notes. Walk. Can you hear how my energy, again, I'm kind of leaning down and I'm using that W to drive my energy down into my body. When you get comfortable with that, then you pop it into the phrase itself. Another tip for you here is that every time you go up the peak, right, of this particular phrase, you want to be leaning down, right? As I've been saying before, whenever the voice goes up, you don't want to think up, you want to think down. I've got 100 million. See, I'm leaning into those sounds. Now, some students may think, well, aren't you just going louder on those parts? Aren't you just going, I've got 100? I'm not, right? I'm not. It may seem like I'm just going loud, quiet, loud, quiet. Let me show you that difference, what it sounds like. If I'm just going loud, quiet, it'll sound more like this. I've got 100 million. That's not the sound quality that I'm going for here. Right? The sound quality I'm going for is an internal energy. I've got 100 million reasons. Reasons is not reasons. I'm not chucking the sound out there. I'm intensifying it internally. The last line here, you can bring the dynamics down a little bit. But baby, I just need one good one to stay. Now that we've learned the chorus, let's go ahead and sing together with Lady Gaga. And to make it easier to follow her, I will start from kind of around, if I had a highway, I would run for the hills.
About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. I bow down to pray. I try to make the worst seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all this worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay.
The next verses here are very similar in terms of the melodic structure. So I'm going to go through it pretty quickly and really mainly focusing on where I would recommend you to lean, or where those anchor points are going to be in each phrase. So I would lean on the word head, sigh of cycle, and stare. Head stuck in a cycle, I look off and I stare. Like, breathe of breathing, and where of aware. It's like that I stopped breathing, but completely aware. And we don't take a breath there. Completely aware, because you're giving me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, right? Same structure as before, the word give and mill of million. Then you take a breath here. Give me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons. Take a breath. About a million reasons. And if you say something that you might even mean. So and might. I would have anchor points on those parts there. And if you say something that you might even mean, maybe even also on the word mean. Take a breath. Here, the word hard for sure. It's hard to even fathom which parts I should believe. The word leave of believe. I would lean into that as well, because you're giving me a million reasons, right? We don't take a breath there. So that's a longer phrase. You're going to be mentally prepared for that. Give and million, we're leaning into those sounds. Give me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons. Take a breath. About a million reasons I bow down. And then we go into the chorus, which you already know. Let's go ahead and sing that, those two verses.
But baby, I just need one good one to stay. Head stuck in a cycle, I look off and I stare. It's like that I've stopped breathing, but completely aware. 'Cause you're giving me a million reasons, give me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. And if you say something that you might even mean, it's hard to even fathom which parts I should believe. 'Cause you're giving me a million reasons, give me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. I bow down to prayer, I try to make the words seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all this worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay.
All right, so you can hear that this part here leads into the bridge of the song. So you can see here in the lyrics, I've marked out some numbers. You can see the numbers here. And I do that as a reference point for you so you can hear how Lady Gaga sings this is sort of like an ad lib. Stay is number one, the first chunk, right? Stay, right? So there's 6 movements, 6 notes that we are moving our voice through. I have these vowels here as a. It's just a reference point. It's not phonetically perfectly how you need to be singing it. Oh baby, I'm bleeding, bleeding. Here, I would only just think about the word bleeding, bleeding, and leaning into that bleeding, bleeding. Here, I'm going down, down, not bleeding, bleed. I'm not throwing it out, not throwing the energy out there. I'm anchoring it down into my body. So this here, this A, you can see that there are 7 numbers. A. That's why there's 7 chunks of sound, okay? So, and you want to link the last bleedin to the word A. I would actually literally say nay. Bleedin', bleedin', nay, nay, so that I'm linking it up, maintaining that linking technique. If you're not linking the sound, then you're gonna leak air. Bleedin', bleedin', hey. It's very easy to leak air if you're not intentional about where you are linking the sounds together. Can't you give me what I'm needin', needin'? Lean, lean on the needin', needin'. Take a breath here because you're gonna need it, right? For sure. This part here, I've broken it down. So she sings every. Every has 2 notes. Da, 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 heartbreak. When we miss some of these little linking notes, every heartbreak, that can break up our sound chunk, right? When we break up the sound chunk, we can lose air, which we really need to be efficient with. Every heartbreak makes it hard to keep the faith. Keep the has two notes, two notes. It goes keep the. Take a breath. Baby, I just need one good one, good one, good one, good one, good one, good one. All right. As I've written the lyrics here, there are 6 good ones. And this line is pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to break down the melody here, but I'm going to draw your attention to the very last good one. This is an option for you. You can get rid of it and turn that into a breath point if you want to. And so if you feel like you have a good handle on how you are managing your air and you're leaning appropriately, using the right effort, and you're not leaking air between the phrases, then go ahead and sing it as one go. But if you're struggling, I would get rid of the sixth good one. But baby, I just need one good one, good one, good one, good one, good one. When I bow down to pray, that gives me room, plenty of space actually, plenty of time to take a breath, calmly take a breath, and then I can jump back in for the chorus. Okay, so after you've decided whether you are singing 5 good ones or 6 good ones, we're going to go into the chorus, and there are some variations here. So she adds the word when for this chorus here. When I bow down to pray, take a breath. This part here, it jumps straight into that C5 and we stay there. So this might be a little bit tricky if you are somebody who is just starting out. You could actually just sing it like how we were singing it before. I try to make the words seem better. You don't have to do the variation. If it doesn't align with where your voice is at right now, don't force it. If you are taking my vocal alignment system course, then you will already have access to the exercises that I've created specifically for this song that's going to help you to make this section of the voice easier to navigate through. I try to make all the same note, that's a C5. I try to make, open up, I try to make the worse, lean on the word worse seem better. There's no time to take a breath here, so it is a continuous phrase chunk. Seem better, Lord, show me the way. Take a breath. To cut through all his worn out leather. 2 notes on the first syllable of leather. Leather. You know this bit here, those peaks and valleys. Lean on the peaks. I've got 100 million reasons. I would lean again on the word reasons. Reasons to walk away. But baby, I just need one good one, good one. Take a breath. Pretty much all the same notes, right? Tell me that you'll be then it goes up. Good one, good one. Take a breath. Baby, I just need one good one, too. And then there's a final ad-lib thing, right? So good news is that it's the 7-note pattern that you already learned in the previous at the bridge of the song earlier. And so the pattern goes stay. There is a breath point before the word stay, so you can really relax and take your time through this very last ad-lib part of the song. Stay. And you can hold it if you want to, or if that's too much, if you feel like you're running out of air, then you can just stay and cut it off a little earlier too. Let's sing with Lady Gaga. I'm going to go ahead and get you started on around the second chorus, and we're going to sing the second chorus and sing all the way to the very end.
Give me a million reasons, giving me a million reasons, about a million reasons. I bow down to prayer. I try to make the words seem better. Lord, show me the way to cut through all this worn out leather. I've got 100 million reasons to walk away, but baby, I just need one good one to stay. Baby, I just need one good one to stay.
Yes, you did it. You sang the entire song. I would love to hear your versions of this song one day. If you do end up doing a cover of this song online or you perform it, do share it with me. Maybe post a link where you are watching this video here if you are on YouTube. Of course, if you're a student of mine, then send it to me directly. But, and of course, if you want to train directly with me, you want access to exercises that I've created specifically for these songs that I'm doing tutorial on. If you like the way I teach and you want to work with me, then doing my vocal alignment system course and joining me in my membership program is the best way to train with me and train with our growing community of singing students from around the world. So if this sounds like something that you are interested in, I would love to have you in our program. You can check out all the details by going to the link that you see in the description box, or head on over to alignyourvoice.com. Happy singing, and I will see you again very soon.